Hello, my name is Lowell, pronouns he, him, and this is another session of Sunken Hearts. We had a various world-shattering events that has put us off for a number of weeks. So we'll consider that a mid-season break, like a prestige British drama, or Doctor Who, where they split the seasons up. And we did kind of end on a cliffhanger and off camera last week. We kind of sat down and did a little quick sort of rundown of where we are, what goals we have for the characters, what things we need to do next, and getting those things on the table, all kind of meta discussion of those things. I'm not going to tell you what we decided. You'll get to see that if you're watching or listening to this as we go along. But we are going to check in with each character and check on your entanglements, state of mind, where you're at, and all of those things here. So, to that end, I want to begin with Aldo. I think we're still good with both of your entanglements. We talked last time, both the
Oh,
Alley
right.
Doges and the Songbird Rex.
Um, yeah, yeah,
Okay.
it's fine.
Uh, and you've got some bonds. Ooh, look at that. And a couple of strings. So you're in good shape. And I think the only thing that you have marked right now is your calm is down. You are
Yeah.
also drained.
I am drained, yes. And
Okay.
I maxed out on sinking last time, so I took a sunken move.
Oh yes. Have you chosen what you want to take?
Yep.
Okay.
Um, what was it? Let me look here. It's been a while. Spoiling. Mark sinking in a location and name person. This invocation makes that place an anathema to them. If they go there, they will feel uneasy, sicken, and feel entirely unwelcome.
I like it. I like it. Now, then let us come to Marrow. Marrow, you have both joy and anger marked. And
I
uh, are
do.
are you good with your entanglements?
Yeah, I think because I've changed mine up fairly recently, and
Yeah,
I guess let's don't forget my rival. When we discussed things the other day, I had forgotten.
yeah. No, we need to get them on page here. Uh, One of the things I think we're going to do, we talked about this last time, is a short-term thing. With that particular move that you got that essentially advances your sinking more rapidly. Uh, as a like as part of that move, another thing is the first time you use uh, each session, the first time you use a move that you would normally mark sinking for, you don't mark sinking. So you
Okay.
get one free use each time of any one of your sinking moves, essentially to make that a little. And let's see how that works. I think we kind of talked about that last time. It feels like a stopgap, but I think it might help us.
Thank you.
And then we come to Lydia.
Yes,
Lydia Smythe Suit.
everything's going great for Lydia,
Okay. You have
Lily, whichever one you
Lily.
prefer to call me.
Uh,
So
you have
either one could be right. They're always at
fear,
least 1% right.
fear and calm marked. Now it looks to
Now,
me like,
do I have calm
oh no,
marked?
sorry, I saw you have
No.
a fear marked. It
Yeah,
looks to me like what you did was you changed the color text on calm and power to mark
I
uh,
bought them up.
that you bought them up. That looks like it's probably a little more visually clear over the mark through thing, and then using the boxes to mark if you have something marked,
Mhm.
maybe. So either way, we'll
That's what works for my brain. So
okay.
that's what I use.
Okay.
So, I mean, not that it's the greatest brain, but
Are
it does what it
you
does.
so with your greatest brain? Are you good with your entanglements?
It's the thing is that um uh I just have to be there with Eldo when Semolina is looming.
Okay.
What a problem she is.
Um,
I would never like a villain.
And that brings us to Mr. Suit. Mr. Suit, I believe that you just have your anger marked.
Yes, surprisingly, I don't
Yeah.
have half of my stats marked.
Uh, and are you good with your entanglements?
I think so. We'll
Okay.
we'll see if we manage to work anything outside of Curia or Vervain, but I think we definitely have a lot with Roke and Delulu. And Roke and all of us.
Right. So remind me, you are not with the group, but
I'm near the group.
you're near the group. Where are you precisely at this moment?
Um, we had me and Puck. That's it. Yes, Brackish Puck. Um, appeared back on the shore next to the invisible bridge that goes to the non-existent island,
Right.
and had gone down the beach some to find a payphone.
Okay.
So probably like tromping back sort of thing.
Right. And you had made that call, I believe, and had that
Hmm.
conversation. And I think as you come back, as you are heading back towards that, and remember, of course, that you have a hard time seeing that. Uh, I think that there will be a bit where you can't see anything, but then you will feel something shift, something change in the atmosphere around here, some alteration in the power. You feel whatever that island place is, it has changed in some fundamental way. Uh, and I think that you will see that fence, that gate, long enough for you to get physically up to it before Marrow's uh, uh, Gaius essentially takes hold again. Um,
Uh, yeah, I think he sort of like he stumbles through the gate just to the other side and is sort of leaning on the ground. I did. Is gravity all right? Did gravity turn off? Are we falling? Are we gonna fall? We're gonna fall, aren't we?
I could see the gate for a minute, and now I can't see it again.
Cool. You seem remarkably calm in this situation.
I, 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 uh, it was just seeing a gate. I don't know what's wrong with you, sir.
Well, I almost fell off the planet, so it was a
Oh,
distressing moment.
well, and you see he will rummage through his pockets and he will say, I have a Mounds bar. Would you like that? Would that help?
Absolutely not.
Almond Joy?
How long has it been in your pocket?
Who's to say?
Okay, maybe later.
I, I have, may I permission to speak freely, Mr. Suit?
What's when have you been restraining yourself?
Around you? Yes.
Oh no. Um, uh, uh, granted.
It seems to me like perhaps you are avoiding going to the island with your friends.
With that island?
That I think there's a bridge. I'm pretty sure there's a bridge. I suspect when we get on the bridge, then maybe we'll start to see things more clearly.
Interesting. Yes. But well, we should probably get going then, I imagine.
Okay. Are you coming?
What? Oh, to the island.
Yes.
Oh, um,
Is is there a problem?
no, no, not a problem. Exactly, just a complication. But you said you were
Hmm.
going to the island.
Well, no, I when I that was sort of the you as in you and me.
No, you said you, and you asked if I was coming with you because you are going to the island because that's fine. You can go to the island. There's no reason you can't go to the island.
That is correct.
Good, good. Yes, good.
And you see, he's about to say permission to speak freely again, and then he stops and he says, Is there is there something that you are bound by?
I mean, this is an interesting thought experiment. What if theoretically, in some parallel alternate world from our own, I
Mhm.
were?
That is the thing. That is the thing that I can assist you with.
Would you be willing to assist me with this?
So I am a hob, a gob, as you know. I don't know how much you know about us.
Far more than I ever thought I would run across in my day-to-day casual life.
We are in part, uh, we are in part made up of, how do I put this? Failures, broken promises, cracked oaths, uh, little bits of things that have gone wrong.
No, no, don't be too hard on yourself.
I appreciate that. I'm not entirely certain about the tone in which you said that, but I'm going to assume that you meant this in the best of all possible ways. It is possible for we Hobbes to take on the weight of something for a time. So if you'd like to let me hold that broken promise for a while, or rather, the promise that will be broken, it will settle into me. It will not be broken, and then I can return it back to you.
Hmm.
But then you will owe me. And let me tell you, that back seat's very nice in that car. Spacious, comfortable. Put a blanket back there and someone can almost sleep back there.
Now is not
Ooh,
not the time for negotiations. Our friends are in danger.
ooh,
But I think you're right. If you would do this for me, I would owe you. I can't avoid being over there any longer, and the only other path that I see forward would be incredibly unpleasant for you, but much, much worse for me.
I see. Well, as they say, the bargain it is made. What do you think it
Indeed.
feels like when he takes that promise, that contract from you?
Um, I think there is that like sort of rotting organic smell of the sea that can be sometimes a place where a lot of plant or fish matter. It washes over him, and I think there's just like a broken garble of conversation around him for a moment that he can't make out any of the words.
And Huck will look and he see him smile, big, sort of those teeth, and he will say, "Oh, this is a heavy one."
And included in it is the prohibition against speaking of it.
I can see, I can smell it. Mm. Oh, and he stands up a little straighter than he has before, as if maybe this thing has empowered him just a touch. Shall we walk across the bridge?
Yes. Suit says, suddenly thinking he might not have gotten the best deal.
And we will see that there's that bit where you kind of have to look off to the side and imagine that there's a bridge,
Oh,
and
that's
then
unpleasant.
walk on the bridge without looking at it
Mm-hmm.
until the bridge is under your feet, and you can kind of then the bridge has no choice but to tell you that it is there.
Oh, good. So we don't have to do this the whole way across.
Oh, yeah, that was going to be a little nauseating.
It's just, I mean, I couldn't, it kept feeling like I was going to step off the side.
And you will walk across to the two houses. Again, parking lot, sand, those kinds of old wooden posts with knotted rope to connect them. Real thick. It's supposed to look like ship rope, but it's just kind of scratchy. The little uh, concession stand, the golf course, and the two houses. The one still looking perfectly normal, and the other with that sand running up to that second floor window and that window busted out.
Was that a howl? Did you hear a howl?
No,
Are you sure?
fairly certain.
Okay. Just tell me. You'll tell me if you hear a howl.
If I hear a howl, I will tell you.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Perfect. Yes. Well, we'll just go towards the houses, which aren't cursed or locked in some sort of weird dimensional conflux of damnation or anything like that.
Now, how do you want to approach this, Mr. Suit? How do you go into the house? Are you going up the sand way, or are you going up into that room on the intact house and going through the mirror, or what?
Yeah, I think I'm still eyeing the sand house or the dune house with some suspicion. And Aldo and I we went through the more kept house to get
Yes.
there. So I think I'm gonna try and follow that path upstairs to the master bedroom and with the mirror.
Again, back in the house, monocolored rooms, tape differentiating between them, sort of white pathways between. You'll walk through. You can see a little bit of sand tracking and things, showing that your companions came through here. The doors are all kind of open. Clearly, they checked things here. You'll go upstairs to that bedroom. The cover is off of that mirror, and you can step through, and you'll find yourself in that room with that busted out window. The door is open, and I think maybe you hear some voices in the hallway. Puck is not with you.
Okay, that went to turn around and sort of tap on the mirror.
You look, again, you can see the other room, but you don't actually see Puck in that other room.
Huh, and voices you said?
Yeah,
Okay, I'm gonna try and hide from the. Are they coming?
I think there is that moment of tension. And whose voice is it, I think, that you recognize most rapidly? Is it Aldo, Marrow, or Lily's?
I feel like I would definitely hear Lily's voice the loudest.
Such a good puppy.
And that is what you are hearing.
No, no, oh no, 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 Liddy,
Think in the distance of the hallway, you'll hear that Mr. Suit start to, oh, I don't know.
And she goes, "Oh, Mr. Soon, are you here? We're upstairs."
Are you with dogs?
Those cute little puppies and
Okay,
their parents.
no, you need to back away slowly
Oh,
before they eat you.
and, and she goes, "Oh, Aldo made a promise with them. Don't worry."
What?
Different dogs.
Oh, not the baying hellhounds that devoured a poor undying goblin in front of me into little shreds, tiny shreds all over the place, shreds and blood stain.
Not those ones.
Yet,
No, just no.
I think Aldo got rid of those. It's safe, Sue. Come on up.
Okay. Is Puck up there with you? It's moving closer.
Puck here. He's not with us.
Oh, he was. Maybe he went back to the mini golf.
And I think again, there is that sort of stairs that go down to that green door at the landing that is open, and we're going to assume that Lily, Aldo, and Mara are kind of at that threshold. As you come down, Mr. Suit, you will smell the sort of vegetation and jungle coming out of that space that lies on the other side of that door.
And at least one dog jumping all over Lily. Probably.
Different looking from the dogs that you saw, Mr. Suit. Um, uh, jet black, but making no noise, even though they're behaving like sort of, pleasant animals. They're absolutely silent.
Oh, okay, that's haunted.
And, and she says, "If you want to pet them, you got to make sure they see your hand first, because otherwise you'll startle them."
I will remember that.
Yeah, see, right?
He
She's just
he
giving
does
you those.
not move towards the dogs.
Okay.
Aldo managed to take one of the realms here, and that freed these nice dogs.
Re realms? Like the house?
Yeah, realms plural. We think.
Guessing that it's each of the prodigals.
Is this the the clearing, the woods that you
Yeah,
found?
yes. Um,
Oh,
whatever was in it, it was terrifying that I didn't get a good look at. Um, it's not here anymore. All that's here is the dogs and us right now.
because you claimed its realm.
Yeah. Um,
What does that what?
Let's see if we can find you around, Mr. Suit.
Let's
yeah,
okay.
let's do that.
Oh no, let's talk about that.
It, it's more of a kind of kicking them out and freeing it, but it's still sort of Aldo's. Um,
Okay.
it, it's not like a full realm, but it's something similar. I have heard of people who find little pockets inside of the undertow, and they'll make homes and places of safety there. This might be something similar, though we get the impression maybe they were working to create them rather than finding them.
And so just to be clear, this is the four that we've been following
Yes,
who
seems almost certain.
worked dark and destructive rituals to turn themselves into keeper inflected monsters.
Yes. touch them.
Yes.
And
We've
you have evicted it to where?
it was already gone.
That's not a
So I
better
don't
answer.
know. No, it's not. It's not a better answer. But it was already gone. So Maro and I like took it over, and now we should probably do the same thing. Well, we should see if the others are occupied, but this gives us like a safe hiding place if we need it, and also keeps them from hiding in these places.
I don't know that I would qualify this island as safe, but all right, this is progress at least.
So we need to find 3 more. Do we think that we have to go back through the house and find a door? I'm
But
guessing
there was
that might be the
one
case.
down the stairs and one up the stairs and one like they
There's
were at the different ends of the
yeah,
hall, right?
there are there is the blue path that seems to go one way. There is the red path that goes another, and there is the yellow path that goes downstairs.
Blue, yellow.
Okay.
Folks, what do we want to try?
Yellow.
Yellow? Any
Mhm.
objections? Let's do yellow.
All right.
So you will make your way downstairs. There is a version of the house that you saw on the other side, but it's more barren here. But you will find there is something like the hallway that was in the other house. But again, now that you're inside, the interior is clearly not matching the interior you saw in the other way. And this is a little bit wider than that sort of servants' hallway upstairs, but it will bring you into where the kitchen in the other place was. And you will see that essentially that path leads to a yellow door with a crown on it. And it looks like the door down to the basement.
Um, let's see. A
King of the
crown.
basement.
Of them, we knew that we had the lackadaisical, we had the, I don't know which of them seemed like they were very dog oriented. And I certainly don't know. I
Maybe
don't
the one
know.
that has the dogs with him.
Oh, yeah, there he
No,
is.
one
Okay.
had dogs.
Lub. All right. So, a crown. Hmm. All right. We feel confident heading in?
No.
Not
At
in the
least
slightest.
I feel at least slightly hopeful. Maybe a little bit more.
Are you capable of feeling other things?
No, let's go.
I'll pull out my big iron mace thing and I suppose we'll get ready to open the door.
You will open the door, and there is a very industrial metal stairway going down. Like the walls are that kind of, library sub basement kind of metal and hard kind of plastic, stair tread kind of thing there. And that has little handrails on the side that are steel. Um, and you kind of move to put your hand out to maybe kind of see. And who's going first?
Well, I am because I'm slightly hopeful.
Okay. Then I think that there is the thing where when you do kind of touch the handrail, you realize kind of pull your hand back because it's like an architectural drawing of a handrail
Oh,
and it's super sharp. And I
oh,
think you'll see that you kind of cut your hand a little bit there.
oh, ouch. So this is more of the idea of stairs. Careful. And she sort of turns it around. I'm gonna need a band-aid for that. And she will go through her pockets. She probably has one.
Undoubtedly.
Mhm.
There is from down below, you're hearing like the thrumming of like not like machines, like industrial machines, but like lots of little machines,
Ooh.
like fans and things like that running. And there's a weird air that is kind of blowing up from the basement that is at once like air conditioned air, but then there's a blow up blast of hot air, and it weirdly kind of keeps coming and going that way.
Hmm. Is it kind of like, does it sound like the fans on computers, like lots and lots of fans on computers?
Yes.
Yes. And I go, oh, I think this is Count Zero's place.
Mhm.
It's probably full of, I don't know, processors. Let's go see.
You will walk down the stairs and into this area that opens up, and most surfaces here are covered with screens uh, of varying sizes. And again, remember, this is 1990, so everything is various kinds of CRT screens. There are no flat screens here. It's all big stacks of monitors and maybe one or two, like, you know, 13-inch like laptop screens and things like that. There are some mice, which of kind of like there's still that weird bulky gray Microsoft mice, but then there also see they're like those early ones with the trackball things and the weird optical stuff. There are cables running everywhere around, and the thing that gets you is as sharp edged and solid as the kind of the stairway down into here. It's the the walls are tremendously uneven uh, and kind of weirdly buckling. And it's clear that there are multiple rooms in here. Some of the televisions are, or screens are showing clearly television signals. Some of the screens are showing static. They're tuned to a dead channel. Some of the screens are clearly chat rooms, you know. And again, remember, we've got standard screens, but we've also got those screens that are in orange on black or green on black. We've got those mixed around. Uh, we've got, Windows 95, Windows XP, and there is definitely a sort of videodrome feeling as you move down into this place.
Any games?
Kind of look around, and there probably are some games being played. You'll see that there are all kinds of loose drives stacked up, both hard drives and tape drives and zip drives.
That's such
And
a long time.
the all of those weird sort of big blocky high-end media that came and went a jazz drive, and a number of like TI-88 cassette drives, the old Texas Instrument, and there are just stacks of these media laying around and about. And I think the thing that will strike you is as you're kind of walking around, there will be a moment when from between some of these screens, like a floppy disk kind of comes out like it's being pushed through a mail slot, and kind of falls into a cascading stack, and you'll realize that there are just these piles of drives and cassettes and media and things around.
Hmm.
What do you want to do, Lydia? And we want to kind of do a once around here.
Um, I think I want to try to figure out where you sat because you were in charge of this place. Like, what's the seat of the domain? Does that make any sense?
Sure. Does that feel like a study move?
Yeah, it does. This is where I always mess up.
I know.
I know, you know. Let's see here. So gotta find
We've got your favorite roller, the DD dice one.
the DD dice. Yeah, I'm getting used to it. But just a little bit.
There were some exciting new dice on offer this week.
I wouldn't know anything about those. Okay, this is me rolling. Wait.
What are you rolling with?
No, I got the wrong kind. I've been playing weird stuff. Sorry. So I'm rolling 2d6, right?
You're rolling 2d6, and what is it that you're rolling with?
Oh, let's see here. Well, this is sort of fun. So I do think it's joy. Like I kind of figured it out, right?
Okay.
I'm brilliant. So it's gonna be good when I find my dice thing again, which always opens in the wrong place. Okay, here we go. Rolling. I'm adding 2. So that's a 9. Not horrible.
That is a 9. So you have one hold to ask a question or make a declaration.
I think that you have to go back a few rooms to find like those like little seat like the place is odd. It's almost like when you actually sort of start going through it, you realize that it's like if you cut like a walnut in half, you know how it's got like the little compartments in it. It's almost like that. It's got like this real organic, like you were saying, like walls and spaces in
Walnut, chambers of a heart, those kinds of things.
that kind of thing. So it has that real feel, and that, you know, like the thing that's in each room is kind of one whole idea or a whole half of an idea or something. And it's like kind of as you go back, you find there's like a room, it's pretty small. It's got one monitor, it's got a keyboard, it's got a folding chair. It is not a throne. It has that real look of it was the first thing that got sat down, and so it's still the most significant thing. Does that make any sense?
Absolutely, absolutely. Kind of making your way through this, kind of following the path. Mara,
Following the chords.
Following the chords. Mara, what are you doing?
I'm probably kind of just moving around to make sure there's no one else here. There's nothing dangerous. I'm trying to make sure we're safe.
Okay, I am going to have you make a study roll for that.
All righty. I think I'm going to go with, I guess fear makes the most sense. That's a 7.
That is a 7. So you kind of, you know, what's the hidden danger here in the classic sort of PbtA thing? As you are moving around, you will realize, you know, of course, the screens are changing from time to time, you know, things are coming up, stuff. But I think you will realize as you walk close to one and you look over and you will see this thing come up and you will realize that like it's your time card from the restaurant you work at. And you look and see that there are other things that are kind of changing. You'll see something that looks like it's your credit report. You see another thing that is the license work on your motorcycle, uh, your apartment agreement, that kind of thing. Like, like it's starting to draw something from you.
Okay. Am I only seeing me or am I seeing anybody else?
I think those are the ones that you recognize. But I do think if you look around, you'll probably see Aldo's name pop up on something.
Right. Folks, I think this place is starting to lock onto us. It's finding out things about us.
What things?
Like where we live, like where we work, where anything in the public realm seems to be the case. It may find more.
May I
But
have Aldo and Mr. Suit, may I have you both make stay strong rolls? Aldo, let's start
cool,
with
cool.
you.
Trying to figure out what exactly I would feel about this.
Yeah.
uh, that is, by the way, clear. Start again. Hmm. Um, I think that on my own, this would not be particularly scary because I know nothing about computers. I was taken before computers like were a thing that everybody had, um, and have not really bothered to learn about them in the year or so I've been back. So um, this doesn't seem like a problem until I like see everyone else's reaction,
Okay.
and then it seems like a problem. And I think fear is probably correct here then.
Okay.
Surprised fear, though.
Yeah, like oh, and that is
Ooh.
two twos.
Two
Wow.
twos. So, Aldo, I would like you to mark fear.
Okay.
And I think the thing that will draw your eye is that you will see what looks like maybe uh, uh, like security camera footage of a parking lot, and you see your sister walking through this parking lot, and you can see that there are shadowy forms kind of flickering in the background now.
Okay. The guy immediately could just like, is this what's happening right now?
I don't know. It certainly seems to have started keying on us here recently.
Mr. Suit, let's have you make that stay strong roll.
Cool. Hmm. I think I'm definitely going with fear.
Okay.
I don't like anything about any of this. It's a 9.
So I think that you'll mark fear. That's the cost here. Uh, uh, but I do think like you will see videotape of varying qualities around of you meeting with different people you don't remember meeting. And as you look, you realize that you move slightly differently in a lot of this footage here. That this is footage in bits and pieces being taken from you from when you were being worn.
Mm.
I think
Yeah, I think good.
go no, go on.
I think Suit has been well, he's been very like twitchy and agitated coming down here, and like first glance of that he goes still. He focuses in on the screens, he moves closer, and he's just like staring from screen to screen.
Uh, Lily, what are you doing? You probably like you've gotten to that room and you
Mhm.
probably now like don't necessarily realize it how little you're hearing of the others at this point.
Yeah, I think that, I joggle the mouse just like you have to at work when they've let it sit for a while, to see what comes up on the screen. What's running?
It says, "Do you want to play a game?"
I love games. Yes. I type Y.
All right. Uh, so Lily, this is a little like Aldo having to try to battle with this realm.
Okay.
Because it is its own self-sustaining program that is going to fight against you.
All
Uh,
right.
so there's a little clock on conflict here. Um, so you're trying to enforce your will on this space. What do you want to do that with?
Hmm. Well, it's a game, isn't it? So this should be fun.
Okay, so you're imposing that with joy.
Exactly.
Okay,
With joy.
then let us have you make that roll.
Okay. 2d6. I'm gonna re-roll. So that's 8 plus 2 is 10.
And so you get to pick three from the list.
Ooh, ooh. That's right. There's a whole set of mechanics that go with this. So let's see here. So this one is on the basic moves, right? And
Yes.
it's conflict.
Yep.
Let's see here. I confuse them for some time. I think that only makes sense.
Okay.
And let's see here. I I don't realize it, but I've managed to avoid reprisals, harm, or cost.
Okay. You don't get hit by anything.
Yeah. And
Do you want to inflict harm to click that down?
sure, I don't realize it though. I just move into the next room.
Yeah, I think that I mean, it is one of those like it goes from okay, this is a text dungeon, and now it's Ultima, and now it's a little Sims thing. Like it keeps switching between these things. Marrow, you will see then there's a flicker on one of these screens, and you will see like remember how kind of bad photo scans to people images could be in that. You will see there is that of you kind of in some monochrome with your hands pressed against the screen and screaming. What do you do?
Very creepy. Um, all right. I suppose I'm going to attempt to. I don't know what I don't know what Lily's doing, so I
Right.
can't really help her in that process. So I think probably I'm attempting to sever these links that are with us. I think that that's the dangerous thing happening right now. So we
Okay.
need to sever these links.
How do you
Um,
want to do that? Are you inflict your will on it? Do you want to harmonize it? What do you think?
I was curious. Do you think? I almost thought escape might be a
Oh, we
thought
could
in
do
that
that. Yeah.
too. What do you think?
Uh,
I don't know.
I actually think I think your harmonize
Okay.
like because it is working on that kind of same level.
Okay.
Um,
All right
Feels
then.
like a in fiction way to do that.
I think that makes that's it. Okay, we can do that. Perception to avoid detection. So yeah, I guess that's what I'm doing.
Sure.
Um, I'm going to be using. Let's see. It's connected with me. That I hate to roll fear again. Actually, I think I'm trying to since I'm trying to pull this back outward. This is me trying to take control back.
Okay.
All right, better roll. Hopefully. So 9.
Okay. Uh,
Let's.
you can
I'm
do
going
it.
to use that bond with Rodrigo.
Okay.
Let's take it to a 10.
Think that you will realize and you kind of break off the connection because it is not like an automated, it's not like a mechanical thing. This is definitely a kind of a changeling, a magical thing. And you realize that what it was doing was making a version of you to trap in this homeland. It's trying to make essentially a sunken artificially here for you, of you.
Okay.
But you will cut that off, and I think there is that bit where that screen goes blank, and then a bunch of the other screens kind of spread out that were had your information also kind of blow out. Do
All
you want to
right.
say
That's
something to the
big.
others before I go to?
Yeah. I've severed my link with this thing. We've got to figure out a way for you to pull off on it. It's trying to create a doppelganger of you, something in the sunken. That's what I'll say.
Aldo, what do you want to do?
Um, I think I look at Myra. Okay, how? What do we do about it?
See if you can can you put some block on yourself? Can you try to manipulate so that you seal yourself off?
Can try. Um, okay, okay. I have a move that is odd for this, but I think makes sense.
Okay.
Uh, as a new option for conflict, you may pick temporarily steal one of their senses.
Okay. I like that.
And I would like to steal this thing's senses.
Yeah, the how this thing is sensing you, I think that makes perfect sense. What do you want to roll to conflict with?
Um, Anger.
Okay.
This is, I don't know what it's doing, but I'm not happy about it.
Oh
10.
yeah. Um, so you can take its senses that are detecting you, and you've got two more choices.
Yep. Look at the choices again here. Uh, I want to create an opportunity for my allies
Okay.
and expose a weakness or flaw.
Okay. Mr. Suit, what is it that with Aldo kind of ripping some of the senses away and manipulating sort of the magical strains around here, what does that open up to you as you feel this thing essentially trying to, you know, duplicate you, make another version of you, make another suit that someone else can wear?
Um, I'm so torn. I think he ignores all that. I
Okay.
think he is like face up to the screen, trying to see the people that that suit is talking to, like trying to read their lips. Can I roll follow the threads on myself?
Absolutely.
this is the first chance he's gotten to clearly see who some of these people are. What's going on with the other him? I think this is power.
Okay.
Of course. That is a 5.
And you're looking back at yourself, and Mr. Suit, you turn around and say to Aldo, thanks, that helped.
Mm.
And you're looking out from these screens and you realize that you are inside now and the doppelganger is on the other side.
Oh no, he begins like yelling and pounding at the, I don't know, is there a screen? What's going on here?
It again is, you're in this weird plane of things right now. Let's come back to Lily.
All right. So I have the move, bring a gun to a knife fight.
Okay.
So I think I'm in there and I'm playing games, but you know what I know how to do? God mode in or cheat in Minesweeper. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna go and I'm gonna start cheating. And so
That
that's a +1 whenever I conflict. Okay.
I like
For
it.
until the rest of the scene.
Absolutely.
And I do think that I'm going to conflict, but to her, she's just playing a game. I don't think that she's wandered off far enough that she really can't hear them particularly.
I think the escalation is, I want you to mark one of your moods.
Oh.
Whatever one you want. That will be the escalation.
Let's see here. Oh, so I had
Or you can mark drained.
Can mark drained. Do I feel I don't think I feel sorrow. How's that? I mean,
Okay.
it's like I don't have any sense of being dismayed with what's going on.
Sure.
All right.
Let's have you roll.
Okay. So I'm rolling and adding 3.
Okay.
It's a good thing. Oh no, even 3 won't save me. Let's see here. I do not have any bonds.
Yes, you do.
I do. Okay. I
You
have
have
a
one
bond.
bond left.
Oh, with Morrow. I'm like, yeah, so I will use that. And I will yell back to Morrow. I go, Morrow, I'm cheating at Minesweeper, but I forgot. Does it end with water? Do you remember? She's, oh wait, it's
And Mr. Suit will turn to the two of you and go, I'm going to find out what she's doing, and starts heading to find her. What are the two
You need
choices
to break the league, Suit. Break the league.
Lily, what you've got 2 picks from Conflict?
Let's see here. It is always a fun one. I guess I'll inflict harm
Okay.
again.
Another tick.
Yeah. Because I don't have a sense of what's going on. I've got them confused.
Yes.
I've got them. I avoided reprisals previously. I guess I'll expose a weakness or flaw. And does that make any sense?
Absolutely. I think
Because I'll have shouted out the thing about using cheat codes. So
you will realize that you just have one more tick to get on this thing.
oh, okay, good.
Okay, like I think that's
I could have double did that. All right,
Yeah.
cool. Okay.
Mr. Suit, we're going to come to you to try and tell me how you want to get out of this thing before your doppelganger goes and does something horrible to Lily while she's occupied with that computer. And I think you can see that. Like, I think you can see a little bit out of its eyes. I think you'll see it as it goes by, picks up a box cutter, and it's moving quickly. It knows where to go, and it is going, and you can see from the behind. Lily sitting at this computer console, mouse and stuff, kind of hunched over, occupied, the good glare of it.
Um, I think as this thing is drawing in power from me, from whatever this setup is, uh, I- Suit sort of puts his hands on the screen there, um, and the screen, like the screens around him, which are still showing some of the other figures, start to flicker. Like the tape has frozen, the figures in them freeze, the screen is sort of staticky, and the tracking is off. And I want to try and freeze the assets that he's drawing on and stop this transfer of power.
Why, I like that. What do you want to roll that with? I'm sorry, what was that?
We'll go with power again. This is playing in that realm. Okay, those were bad. Those are bad. Surely you will be wonderful.
Look
10,
at
I'll take it.
you. Lily,
Yes.
I think there's this moment where you're like, okay, I think I've got it. I think I've got it. And you look over your shoulder and you see Mr. Suit there, and you see he's got this box cutter in his hand like he's going to stab you. And then he stops and you
Mhm.
see him start to glitch.
Oh, um, I think she goes, stop it. And and she's gonna stand up, but she's forgotten that she's in a folding chair, and it's gonna like flip over behind her and not and essentially just it's that last thing, whatever physicality he has, it kind of knocks it apart, is what I'm thinking. Does that seem reasonable?
Absolutely. And Aldo, Mero, you're kind of there. You hear this crashing sound from where Lily is at, but then suddenly you see, and you probably have never seen this before. I don't think Mr. Suit has shown you this. You see a figure appear in the air. It's a hollowed out, flattened Mr. Suit skin. And it's there in the air for a second before it starts to fill in like air is being blown into it and will expand back to be a real boy. It's incredibly painful, Mr. Suit. But at the same time, I think you will see almost all of the screens go weird and flicker. And I think you will see on half the screens it has like high score LSS, and on the other it says all your base belong to us.
Um, I think there is like a threshold as his body is filling back out, like it's frozen there, and there's just like it passes over a point where suddenly he can move, and he it just like this scream of pain comes out of his mouth that then morphs to just like anguish and loss as he's like grabbing at the screens. The images are flickering out. Uh, and I think he like pulls several monitors out, just begins smashing them on the ground,
Aldo,
yelling in
Mero?
frustration.
I
What
mean,
happened to Suit?
It was here. They were all here. I could see them. I could run. I could have. What happened? I could have. I could have known. I could have written it down. I could have found them. They're gone. They're all gone. It's all. It's just. It's everywhere.
I think Lily walks out and she goes, what were you doing, Mr. Suit? With
I
your
don't
weird
know.
video signal.
I I haven't known for so long. It's all I want to know is what I was doing.
Okay, so you had a box cutter and it looked like you were going to stab me. That's
Not,
what I know.
not, not that one.
Oh,
There were, there were so many times it used me, us, a face, an outfit, something to hide it from the world, to make people trust it, to make people make deals with it. But it was me too, and I don't know any of them. I don't know any of the people. I don't know any of the deals. I don't know what I did. And it was there. It was right there. I could have touched it.
How do you know it was even telling you the truth?
The truth is a much better bait than a lie.
I'm
do you want these computers then?
there's
I
a
wouldn't know what to do with them.
I'm gonna try something,
Well,
Laura.
I
let me
know
have
somebody who might.
have Aldo, and then I'll go with
Oh,
you,
I'm sorry.
Mara. Aldo, you were saying?
I know somebody who knows stuff about computers. Um, maybe she could help you go through um these disk things.
Surrounded some of the broken monitors and glass. I is it still are there computers left?
Yeah.
There are lots of things. You've broken quite a bit, but there are lots of things still here. Marrow?
Does it look like the thing's still hostile to us? Is it
No,
still
no. Much like Aldo with the jungle, Lily Smith's suit has become the super user.
okay? Lily, so if you've got this place,
Mm-hmm.
let me see if I can do something if you kind of help me.
Okay.
All right. We want this these images suits all. It's probably still in here somewhere.
Okay.
You focus on that,
Okay.
and I'm gonna reach out and take your hand,
Okay.
and I'm gonna do my cobbler move. And maybe she could help
I
if it
can.
comes to that. Um,
Mm.
I'm going to reach into the undertow and try and extract some of what some of that data for him.
Okay.
That's my attempt.
What do you want to roll that with?
Um, oh, he seems so upset. I'm definitely rolling with sorrow for this.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10.
Excellent.
I had just taken that up to 3. Yay. Um, it is as envisioned. It's not fleeting and it doesn't create a danger.
Okay. Um, uh, I think that you will pull out what looks like it's a disc, but you kind of don't recognize what it is, like what kind of disc it is. Like it's not a jazz disc, it's not a zip disc, it's like one of the other like also ran drive media things that like you would have bought at Media Play and like it already is obsolete by 99, but you have the disc. Does that seem fair?
That seems good to me. I'll take something here that's a folder for just to slide it in. And all right, Mr. Soup, this should be at least some of what you were seeing. We need to find what runs it, and you need to look at it as soon as possible. This won't last forever.
Thank you. Thank you, Marrow.
Of course. Of course.
I think
Let's
you'll see a bunch of different faces starting to show up on the different monitors. Just different women's faces.
I think I broke some of your basement, Lydia.
Means I get to buy new ones, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Cords are still good. That's the important part with the monitors.
Oh, oh, good. He believes that.
That seems very fair. Let us take our break here. Let's take 10 and then we will come back, okay?
Cool.
So I, I do think that you will see, like, there are ghost images on the screens, like burn-ins on some of the screens, and clearly still some text and television signals incoming, but you will also see, as Lily has described, various faces of women on different screens that will appear for a little bit and then kind of fade out.
Who are all the people?
Those are
The
me.
ladies. That's
Those
you?
are me. Yeah. I told you.
Oh,
There's 100 of us.
huh. That's fascinating.
Mhm.
And I guess maybe in here you could probably talk to them.
Exactly. It'll be more. Well, you can talk to them too. So that's the good thing. And they can talk to you.
Awesome. Huh.
Oh.
Well,
I
that's
always
two
think that they
down.
probably have things that they need to say. Oh yeah, 2 down. That's great. So that
Good
means,
job, Lily. Very good job. I'm
oh,
so proud.
it was just
And I'll hug you.
Minesweeper. I played that so many times. And I cheated.
Well, apparently you play it way better than the guy that made this.
Yeah. But again, when you have the cheat, what can they do? Nothing. So, are we ready to move on? I'm going to come back. We'll get this all cleaned up. I'm going to need so much dusting to be done. Phew.
You'll come back upstairs. You'll walk out of that, walk back to the kitchen, go back up those stairs, up to that little thin, narrow service corridor. And there's a red door and a blue door.
Aldo, you want to choose?
Ah, um, blue.
I like blue as well.
And you will walk down the corridor to the blue door. And it is locked.
Hmm.
I haven't seen any locked doors in here before this. All the doors have opened.
We want to try and get through the locked door or check the other one to see if it's open.
I don't know. Maybe it is trying to indicate the order of operations. Or maybe they just remembered to lock it before they left.
Or maybe they haven't left.
Maybe.
I mean, 2 of them have been empty so far, but that doesn't mean they all are.
That's true. Well, try red first.
Sure.
Yeah.
Do you think that will be for the devil girl?
Possible. Does it have anything over the top of it?
It has on the door there what looks like uh, two eyes and two tears.
That feels like her.
You will open this up, and immediately it is chilly. Like the space is cold. And again, you are in Mobile, but it is winter. So what, 50, 60 out here. But there's definitely that chill, that feel of an air-conditioned place. And you will walk in, and it is very much like someone's idea of sort of the catacombs slash grotto slash, you know, tunnels underneath the opera house of the Phantom of the Opera kind of thing. Very stylized here. Um, but I think you will see that there are, you know, some running paths here of water, but it's not water. It is blood.
Ew.
That's a smell.
Yeah.
It is coppery to all of you except for Marrow.
Hmm. Oh, at least they keep the temperature low. Um, well, we better start looking around. Um, let's try to stay at least within yelling distance. Seems like there's something at its core. Once we find it, sound out, we can all collapse on it. And so far, everything's had something watching out for it. Be careful.
And it does look like sort of with this landing thing, there is a small boat there. It looks like to go further in, you're going to have to punt your way down.
Ooh.
All right. Anybody here experienced with a boat?
Well, it's
Oh,
I've heard a few canoes.
done a little of that in the river. Okay, let's give it a shot then. Aldo, you can take pole. I'll be up front to watch ahead.
And you will hunt down this canal of blood. There are weird, like stained glass manhole covers kind of above where the light kind of comes in. Again, very stylized. Uh, there are beautifully decorative chains in different places. Everything is sort of just so. And this kind of thing, it ought to be gritty and grimy, but it is so stage dressing clean. And you will come into an area where it's clearly the landing spot. And I mean, there's a set of stairs, and there's even a little carpet on the steps. And you will come up into this chamber, and it is beautifully decorated. Sort of old classic posters and candelabras, you will see that there are uh, weird, you would guess, instruments of torture here. The Iron Maiden style things and those around and about. Like it's again very, very set dressing kind of things. The thing that will strike you is that uh, in the middle of this is a basin, for want of a better word, slightly raised off the floor bathtub uh, that does seem to have blood in it. There is not a throne, but there's definitely a chair that is raised up above. And nothing
So,
has touched you, has interfered with you, has done anything to you so far here.
so ravening hounds, identity theft, and a blood sauna? I can't imagine why these people weren't more popular.
I take your point.
I don't think I understand the aesthetic here.
It's complicated or insane.
And so thrown in bathtub or on like a little rise out of the
The
river.
bathtub is sort of in the middle of the room. The chair slash it isn't a throne per se, but it is a throne. Is sort of off to the side. There are tables around. You will see that there are papers, notebooks, and things all over the tables.
I'll start looking around to see what's being written on the notebooks.
This is not something you could really do, Marrow, because of the nature of your experience in your homeland was slivering and isolating and dark. But you've been around the others enough to know, and other Sunken to know. These are drawings, pictures of the homeland that they experienced. Like, but in that way where they're trying to remember, they're trying to recapture. And I think the thing that strikes you is how much it bears a similarity to the space you're in, but this space this space feels like a pale echo of what they tried to draw. And there's also a feeling like the drawing is itself a pale echo, so it's a reflection of a reflection.
But she was in some ways trying to recreate where she was held. And I'll say it, look, and point out to everyone that.
Well, isn't that the saddest thing?
Yeah, that really is.
Yeah. She could have made a carousel or something fun. That would have been nice. All clean.
Also, why she was more than happy to do what had been done to her.
Ooh. That's very sad.
What do you do, Marrow?
I'm going to go and investigate the bathtub first. Well, actually, it's probably best to go ahead and see if I can see anything magic-y to
Sure. Why don't
figure
you
that out.
make a study roll for me here?
Do study, or should I invoke contract?
I think this is study. I think this is not, and I
Okay.
think you're in a place that's weird enough to not warrant you having to call up powers or spirits from the depths.
Okay. Then I think I'm going to use. I think this is power. Trying to latch into the magical nature of it.
Sure.
6, 7, 8.
I'll tell you what you see, and then I'll let you ask a question.
Okay.
I think you're standing there. The others, I think you are more comfortable with the kind of the weird biological physicality of this place than perhaps the others are. Oh, maybe not Lily, because Lily wants to put a carousel in. But
Yeah,
uh, you're kind of standing over this.
there'd
I
be
mean, it
music in
definitely
it
is
too.
the size, sort of lady bathery, bathtub, that kind of size thing. I think you're looking at it, and it is a liquid. It is water. It is that kind of thing that is not necessarily into the undertow, but a sort of an echo of that. And you will see there is a reflection of something. It takes you a second to lean and realize that it is you're seeing a person reflected. And it takes you another moment to realize, like, the perspective is so weird. And you realize that the water here, like the liquid here, the blood here, it's like you are in a coffee cup and you're seeing the reflection of this person in the coffee cup, because you'll see the image move, and then it takes you say, okay, what's going on here? Because it is a little disconcerting, and you realize that they are serving this coffee to someone, and they put the cup down, and then the image fades, and maybe you see it from another angle with another liquid surface and an image of this person, this young woman.
But it doesn't. Does it bear a resemblance to what's her name saying?
Is that your
Sanguine.
question? Yes. It
Okay.
looks exactly like her, though her Starbucks name badge doesn't say Sanguinius. It says Jen.
Huh. Interesting. I'll send this word. Let everybody know. I seems as though she's captured herself for reflection, perhaps even from before she was taken.
And like, I don't understand. You think that's her?
That's her, yes.
But
I don't know
her
when.
or the idea of her?
Um, I don't think that it's her right now in these cups. I think it might be her from the past, or uh,
Oh, it's a memory of her.
that's what I'm thinking it might be. I can't say
Okay,
for certain. I
okay.
don't know if it's, I mean, it could be a fetch, or it could be her. I don't believe that that's what she's doing right now, though.
Maybe it's a copy from the yellow room.
Could be. Yeah.
Well, if you look at it from an angle, can you see anything like about it that would help us identify which of the coffee shops it is? Mhm.
It is a Starbucks.
They're all a lot alike. I don't know if I can tell this Starbucks from another.
Lily, you asked the question. Do you want to make the study roll so I can have you suffer the
Sure.
consequences?
Yeah, that sounds great. Let's do it. Um, I'm I don't know that I'm afraid here. This is so. What is the appropriate thing? I don't know. Calm. It just seems like it's a coffee shop. There's usually something on the menu that says "Welcome to number blah 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 Starbucks." So, let's see here, Judy, 6, and I'm adding 1 to it. That's
Okay.
not very great odds because I rolled poorly, but let's try it. There's 7, 8. I got an 8.
The question is, where is this?
Where is this one?
I think like when you stand by Marrow and kind of look and the two of you concentrate, and I imagine Mr. Suit, Aldo, you come over to kind of observe. You will watch and kind of looking, and you realize that she doesn't just have a Starbucks name tag. There's some other name tags there too, like kind of as flair.
Oh, okay.
And it and like moves around, and like there are clearly some other people that kind of pass by. They're also hipstery in that way. But I think then you kind of see as one of the things gets moved, there is this S on the wall, and you realize this is a coffee shop inside of Borders.
There's only 2 of those.
You're muted.
If all of these, there's an anchor that's holding them together that we sort of have to break to get them disconnected. Do we think we need to change the image? Or
We could go visit.
we
What
could.
if we just drain it?
Oh, well, that's thinking outside the tub.
I was thinking specifically in the tub.
Well, we could try to do that. That might break it.
I go
Is
climb
the-
back in the boat.
Marrow, do you want to attempt to see what you can do about taking this thing up?
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, if anybody's gonna have the bleepo place.
You don't have to roll. The others, Aldo, Lily, they kind of had to fight against that space and against its tension and attachment to something out there. As you kind of like go and look and like kind of concentrate on this pool and such, you realize that the scheme, the threads, the control of this place is just lying here.
Oh,
It's not attached externally. It's just abandoned.
I will try to manipulate so that I fill into that spot.
And you will take it up. I think the thing that is weird, and you are kind of a skeleton of a person, and you're used to the kind of the filling in and stuff, is you will realize that when you do that, that there is an identity that you kind of slides in, is attached to this, is the changeling self of Sanguinius, the the sunken self, those bits, those memories, the time, all of that is kind of in a pile here. And you can kind of, you're used to segmenting yourself and boxing things in, putting things in boxes. So you're able to kind of take that experience and put it in its own compartment.
Oh, I I don't know if I think something's happened to her. She wasn't connected at all. This place was just waiting, and she kind of left her memories here.
Do you think she turned into Jen?
Where?
Or do you think she went out into the water?
Don't know. Maybe she was able to find her old life. That would be optimism. I don't know if that's the case.
We could always drive up to Borders.
We could. But it just leaves one.
If you're willing, Mr. Suit.
Mr. Suit is standing at the boat.
Right.
It's okay, Suit.
Did you drain the tub yet?
We ended up not draining the tub.
Oh. Well, that was a good idea.
I will try real quick since I'm here
Sure.
to kind of exert a little and slide away from so much of the torture aspect of the space and maybe move more towards a little gothic-y dark feel.
Absolutely. Let's have you roll in our turmoil.
Alrighty. I think this still will be with power. I'd love for it to be with sorrow, but I think it's with power. 7.
So you can mark sinking, get out of here, but have control of this place, or mark power and change it.
Okay.
You can tell this isn't going to be the case all the time, but this is the first time you've had to kind of reach through and kind of use the other person's memories and senses and things as a filter to know what to do and what to change.
Okay.
And with that
Um.
said, actually, I'll tell you, no, here's the cost I'm going to give you.
Okay.
What of your endurance comes through in this place when you make this change? What echo, even though you make it a little different, what echo of that comes through here?
Um. I think the surrounding becomes completely black. So there's just like the space and the things in it. But if you try to look beyond where you are, it's just that black box. And it's not really sure if that's black walls or just infinite black.
Yeah, but behind you, Mr. Suit, and when you're at the boat, you will see the walls turn into a void.
Cool.
I think Lucy's like, whoa, this is weird.
But look, no torture stuff. Look. Isn't it more
Oh,
cheerful?
I guess you can't
It
have
is.
haunted blood running down the walls if there are no walls.
way of looking at it. It's so dark in here. We're going to have to buy lamps.
Do you
Mood
want
lighting.
to see the blood better?
Maybe.
I'll have to work on that a little bit for in the future.
It just surprised me. I'm sorry.
That's I think that's a little residual of like her memory of my time away.
Should find something comforting to put in here. Maybe a fireplace or something.
I got an espresso machine.
Ooh, with some good dramatic lighting on it, so you're drawn to it. Yes.
Yeah.
I like it.
So uh, I'm staring at them as they're talking about blood renovations.
Yes.
Um, I don't know exactly how to look into it, but is there anything I can tell that's different about them? Is there anything about this that I can see that has changed them?
Why don't you make a study roll for me?
Because dice?
What do you want to roll that with?
It's fear. It's all fear. I don't like this place.
That's
It's 8
8 and snowflakes.
and snowflakes.
I think the thing that strikes you is like not any change in them, but that like you notice now, like when you came in here to this gothic blood rivered place, there was definitely like this place was meant to cause unease, to disturb, and did on you.
Yes.
But beyond that weird black void, whatever was about this place trying to create that oppressiveness, that has lifted. And rather than like marrow being changed, there is a moment where for you, this feels like Marrow's room.
Hmm.
Does that feel like a fair answer to your question?
Yeah. I guess as I'm helping them back on the boat, I assume y'all want to leave the blood room.
It's not so bloody anymore. We're gonna call it the coffee room.
That's a
Uh,
strange choice. Um,
the river is
so
still blood, though.
do
Or
any
is
of
it,
you
actually?
feel any different?
I don't think that Marrow has yet extended his reach to change the blood rivers yet, but has made
I
some
haven't.
basic changes. And Mr. Suit puts that question to the three of you.
I mean, a little bit queasy, but that's due to the blood river.
I feel like I can like make changes on the place, like I kind of did, but it's not like it's. I don't feel any particular string on it. Do I, Lowell? Do I feel a string on it?
You can feel that you're attached to this place.
No. Yeah, so, well, I take that back. It does feel like it is my place. Do you feel the same, Aldo, Lily? Not about you.
I have a lot
I
of
mean,
to-do lists for my place, so I think that's the same thing, isn't it?
it smells like you and blood, but also.
Oh, you meant this place. Oh,
No,
oh,
not this place.
okay. Oh,
Your place.
yeah, my place. I
Yeah,
mean, I think Eldo's place seems like Eldo's. Very, very Eldo's.
I can, uh, if I'm remembering this right, out of character, I can feel everything that's in mine, even when
Yeah,
we're not in it.
absolutely.
I know where all the dogs are.
Hmm.
I know where all the dust is.
So, Suit, the last one for you.
Oh, goody.
And we know who made it.
Do you know who made it? by process of elimination.
Maybe
It's
we
the
won't be
widow
able to get
magic.
in.
Well, let's see.
Mr. Suit, they kind of had the sense that maybe they could have put you at point there down that hallway, narrow marching order, one person abreast here. Come back down to that blue door. I have a simple question for you, Mr. Suit.
Doubt that.
Do you want to open that door?
That's not a simple question. They're all right behind me, blocking the way out. I will go to open the door, but if you're asking about
Do
desire,
you
no.
want to open the door? Then the
No.
door does not open for you.
It's locked.
We'll have to figure a way to open it. Anybody good at picking locks?
Some of them are.
Well, who would let you by?
And I think there is the bit of you working at this lock,
Mhm.
trying the contracts on it, calling up the magic, using it, and it just will not open for you.
Well, that's too bad. I was hoping you would get a room too, Mr. Suit.
Well, maybe we'll figure something else out about that. But in the meantime,
Oh yeah, maybe Puck could use it.
that's what. So since you're all, I don't know, connected to this place, I sort of lost track of Puck. Well, we came onto the
Maybe
island
he's
and
already
then
in there.
the house and into the
Oh.
mirror, and then he didn't come through the mirror? Or he went somewhere else?
Oh
Well, I
no.
hope he's
That-
okay.
did maybe he where did you go when you went through the mirror that one time that wasn't here?
That was Tinfoil Venice that I found myself in.
So maybe he's there?
Oh,
Well,
I mean,
we
I really hope
sh-
not for his sake. It's been a really, it's really going downhill as far as destroyed rubble
Uh
goes.
I mean like in we need to go get him right now way or in just general unpleasant way.
Well, I mean, hopefully just a general unpleasant way. If it's the truly bad way, he's probably already been eaten.
Oh. Huh.
well, in case he's just standing there waiting around for us, we should probably go look for him now so he doesn't think that we've completely forgotten him.
Yeah.
That would be particularly rude.
Then we'll come back to this door, which we really do kind of have to do.
Huck is good at getting through locks,
True. All
It's
right.
true.
as Mr. Suit can attest about Scar.
Seems to have learned a lot.
And maybe he'll like this place rather than staying under the stairs.
And you will move back along the hall, back to that initial entry room. And there you can go out the window, or you can go through the mirror to the other house and then walk down.
It was going through the mirror that I found myself in Tinfoil Venice that first time.
Is that where Puck went?
Don't know.
Did you do anything different that time?
I I've rolled a mid result.
He was in mortal terror and being pursued by a beast.
Yeah, there were dogs, very angry hounds.
Hmm.
Well, okay. Have we ever been to the tinfoil?
Yeah, he took you
Tinfoil?
there.
Yeah,
Yeah, remember with the crazy goblin and the
right.
stones and stuff?
And we did that through the mirror, or did we do that
No,
through
you
the
did that
window?
through walking through the hedge, or rather, through the undertow.
Undertow.
Okay. Um.
Go out to the water.
Yeah. Okay.
We could just call out to Puck and see if he's out in the house. At first, I mean, he might have found his way
Good idea.
back. So that's what I will start with, is calling out Puck.
You are still in.
Oh, I was still in.
My question was, are you going out the window or are you going through the mirror?
How did
Either way, we should go through the mirror. Either we end up in the other house or we end up in Tinfoil Venice.
is that the way
I
that
think.
Puck went?
We don't know.
Well, he was with me on one side of the mirror and not
Then
on the
not
other.
on the other. Okay, so we don't know. Okay, all right. So
And you step over to the
side of the mirror.
other side of the mirror, and I think you'll realize that it is at this point dark out.
Mm,
And I think out the window, out on the grounds, you will see a light moving.
a flashlight.
Well, no, but he steals a lot of things.
I mean, dinner, yeah, but okay.
Just in case it's not him. Let's
You get a whiff of it. Oh,
yeah, I would like to do that.
Sure. Let's have you make a study roll.
Yep.
Actually, I don't, we don't need to, I don't think there's any dramatic cost on this. I think that you will get a whiff of sweat and sand and melted chocolate and Ritz crackers and laundry soap.
It's pretty easy to smell.
Yeah.
That's
like, oh, that's-
definitely
that's-
Puck.
And you'll look out and you will see that down at the little mini golf course, Huck is there. You can see he seems to have what looks like, I don't even remember these from the 70s or 80s, these little flashlights that didn't have batteries in them, but you cranked them
Mm.
Mhm.
and then the charge would
Yes.
stay for a while. And you can see him doing that and then putting and then trying to find the ball as the light is dimming. And then you'll hear the whir, whir, whir sound of him cranking it back up. And then
I think that is his space.
You think? There's a little house there at the end. Has he been in?
The last time I worry about him in any situation.
so we think he's good. Should we go speak to him?
I suppose technically I did tell him he could go play mini golf. I just didn't think that he would behind my
fine.
back without saying anything.
I think as you walk down, you announce your presence a little bit. It's mostly starlight here. The moon is probably 3/4. It's going to be a full moon on Super Bowl Sunday, so it's getting up towards that.
Ooh, significant.
And I think Puck will see you and will be try to be composed. He's kind of taken on the role in this particular situation of having to be Mr. Suit's batsman. So he's trying to look together, and he will say, "Oh, you are alive and done."
Three of the four rooms.
Not
Excellent.
quite.
What do you mean not quite?
Well, there was one room we couldn't get to.
Oh,
It was locked.
uh,
You're pretty good with locks, aren't you?
are you a cop? If you are, you have to tell me.
am many things, but I am not a cop.
So I am
None of
pretty
you
good
is?
with locks, yes. Not one of the 100 is a cop. Um,
Consistency is my virtue.
we'll say, uh, I wasn't able to get into the house.
Um,
Like through the door?
Uh, through the mirror or through the window?
Oh, the other house.
Yes. I was with you in the room, and then I tried to go through the mirror, and I was unable to. And when I realized that you were going to be left alone, I ran and tried to find another way in and was unable to.
Was it that you went bonk against the mirror, or was it kind of a, oh, and then you were right back where you were?
I have a feeling that there's something about me that will not let me through.
Ah, gotcha.
I will have to see. Perhaps it is something I'm carrying, and he'll look at Mr. Suit that is not letting me through.
oh, well,
Oh, you
perhaps if
do
you
pick
set
up a
it
lot
to,
of strange things.
That I do. I suspect it's something I picked up today that is magically anchoring me. Perhaps it is this almond joy.
ooh, almond joy.
Would you like one?
Is it magical?
Yes,
No.
Oh,
I'm famished. I don't know about you guys, but I'm famished.
There is a fish fry place just across the water, and every once in a while the breeze comes here from it, and yes, yes, it smells really good in that deep fried fish kind of way.
Mhm. That does sound good, but so does an almond joy to get me across the bridge. I'll put my hand out for the
He will hand you the fun-sized almond joy.
yes. She eats it and she licks the wrapper because the chocolate is all melted. Okay, let's go get some fish and then we'll figure out what we're gonna do.
okay.
And I think that's kind of where we're going to wrap for tonight is the five of you companionably walking back across that bridge, walking back to the car, crossing the street over to this like uh because you're kind of near downtown. So this is a place that's open late. It has a little bar on it, and it's a fish fry. It's both for locals and tourists. And you are greeted warmly when you come in, and big baskets of fries, tartar sauce, fresh cut lemons, fish. Big baskets, lots of that put out for you. Puck hides under the table, waiting for a fry to drop. And that's where we're going to stop for tonight. Uh, let's let's give everybody next week we'll look at entanglement connections and all the thing, but let's just give everybody 2 XP for tonight. That seems
Okay.
reasonable. Stars and wishes.
Mm.
Mr. Suit.
Um, that was very interesting. This island is so weird. Um, uh, Sherry, the 100 not Lydias on the screens was a really neat way to change that place. It
It
was
was a
just
perfect opportunity. So,
it's so upsetting and a little disturbing every time Lydia, reminds us of what's going on inside or with her or whatever. Um, Tyler, Marrow's so sweet. Um, I I really appreciate the tape thing. That was very nice and helped Suit get through this. Um, yeah, it was good.
So wishes are, well, they definitely will get you some info. I will come up with at least one or two people, but I will have you come up with one because it is three connections. How does that sound?
Yeah,
Okay.
I like that.
Aldo.
Um, stars to everybody for very creative solutions to things. um, I- uh, like like was already said about the Lily is like, oh, you know, the many faces appearing on the screens, awesome touch, uh, and Mr. Suits like freezing the assets of the the place, the computer, the whatever, uh, um, and Morrow's I like I said, creative solutions to everything. Unexpected but in character, uh, were awesome. That was extremely inarticulate. Um, wishes. Um, Probably just like a chance for these various characters to talk about the stuff that and like
Yeah.
understand what the hell is up with each person would be good.
I
Or not tell anybody what's up
I think that's
in
fair.
some
Yeah.
cases.
Marrow.
This was tons of fun. I liked your solution with the hob to get Suit in. That was nicely done. It was smooth. It works well in our cosmology of what things can happen. That was really well done, Lowell. I think it was interesting to see what they would create as kind of their film. As we've seen the three total, and it doesn't look they all seem sad in some way. I mean, none of it is bright or happy or I mean it's given us a real look at some miserable people doing terrible things, but very interesting. And I think Ethan, it was really cool when we were kind of the three of us taking control of them, and we all have a different feel for what that is. But when you were like, I could kind of, I could feel everything in it. You very much became a part of your realm when you got it. Lily made the realm kind of become the legion that is her, and I very much start tinkering and playing with what it looks like. And that was three very different reactions, and I thought that was fun.
I like
And
the oh
mhm.
sorry
No, go
the
ahead.
like it feels like Marrow's room, like and that's the sense I got to, like Marrow is decorating his bedroom here.
And soon I'm intrigued by, not trying to get in and all of that. So I'm looking, and that's, a wish is I do hope we get the fourth door open. But I will agree with Ethan of a kind of maybe we need to have a confab
Yeah,
and a chance also to do some healing. I know a bunch of us are kind of hurt.
that is true. Lily?
I will forever be grateful to Eldo for saying, why don't we drain the tub? Because, we were all coming up with really crazy things. So Yes, pulling the plug. It almost makes sense, right? So it was a weird high magic evening with those nice, simple, friendly moments that kind of tied it all together. The sort of relationship is what strings it all together. And that was, it really kind of came through. It's high weirdness and you're with your pals. And it was good. I really love that. I love that's the vibe of this game. And yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
And I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna come and help Morrow decorate, I think, because the black void just does not seem very cheerful.
Libby, I don't usually, as you know, I let you all do your stars and wishes. I don't usually all say things, but holy shit, Patrick, when when you did that turn and were like, I've got to see who I used to be, like that. Holy fuck, that was so good. It was
Thank you.
so like I hadn't even occurred to me. And then you took it and you worked with it and it like the scene fit. Oh, it was so good.
You
Ah,
just you offered the exact perfect thing, and I was just like, I should be helping, but I don't think I can.
it was great. Like that whole bit, the whole arc of that, the up, down, and up again of that was tremendous. Everything I enjoyed everybody's stuff tonight. Um, and especially how everything people's work intersected with one another. So it was really good for me. So thank you all so much. I am going to stop the recording.